Madizi mnavua maeneo gani?
Nyavu hizi
hapa karibu tu.
Nyavu
Hamna mbada ya. Mungu ndio usira. Angira bwana.
Tayari.
Haidi. Koro sibera kasi sana.
Haya.
We normally go out 3 to 4 days a week, but the catch is very low. We get sometimes 5 kgs, 2, even 3.
Nataka uenjoy yani.
Naam, Bwana Kirua.
Ndiyo.
How are you? Hey, that's the catch for today?
Yes,
No. How many kilos?
exactly 250 grams.
250 grams.
Yeah.
Just a quarter of it.
How many hours have you been in the fishing ground?
Been out fishing for almost 2 hours.
And how much are you going to sell this? Or you're just taking home to your family?
I'm just taking it to my family. There was no good catch.
How is the fishing now compared? Because you're just getting little fish. Initially, there used to be a lot of catch, or it's...
There was a lot of catch, but due to bad methods of fishing,
Yes.
or fishing gears,
Mhm.
now there's now decreased.
Fishing as a source of income to the artisanal fisherman is not sustainable. So there should be an intervention to make it more sustainable. How can we make it sustainable? Good morning, everybody.
Morning to you.
This one.
Yeah.
CRDO is a non-governmental organization working along the coastal zone. Our main development philosophy is actually to raise the quality or status of life of the artisanal fishermen. In CRDO, we are 3 staff members. We have the office manager, takes care of the financial transactions and all the accounting. We have the program officer. He has an experience working with the coastal communities for quite a long time. While I I've also a wealth of experience working with coastal communities within Kenya, Tanzania, and also I've worked with some communities in Uganda, besides working outside East Africa. Okay, Alice, maybe you tell us the program for next week.
The wheel of next week I'll be in Gussie landing site. On Monday we have the normal weekly meeting with the women group, and Friday we have a microcredit training.
Last week I was at the landing site, Gussie. I saw some young fishers using the spear gun. And as you understand, this is illegal according to the Fisheries Act. So I'm planning a meeting with the BMU officer to sensitize the fisher folk.
Thursday is just a tentative date, isn't it? Because you haven't communicated with the BMU officer yet.
I've already made a call to him to organize for a meeting so that we can address the use of this illegal fishing gear, the spear gun.
Fine. Now everyone can go to his office. Continue working. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Maisha ya mvuvi kwa eneo la Gussie ni magumu. Kwa sababu gani? Hakuna nyenzo za kufanyia kazi. Mvuvi yeye mwenyewe mpaka ajipige kifua, yani kwa kuenda hivi bila chombo, na huwezi kufaulu kufanya kazi bila chombo. Haiwezekani kwa uvuvi wetu, mpaka na zile zana za kisasa ndio sasa utafaulu katika uvuvi. Bila hivyo uvuvi unakuwa ngumu.
You were born there, your father was a fisher, you become a fisher, everyone becomes a fisher. So initially, the same fishing ground is what they call is the tragedy of the commons. The same fishing ground, 10 people used to fish there. But now the population is also doing what? Increasing. And everyone is becoming a fisher. So the same fishing ground is, by the end of the day, it becomes depleted.
The BMU, the Beach Management Unit, is to oversee the management of the marine resource. This is the same kind of concept that we started, because the idea is to bring all stakeholders within the landing site. If I talk about stakeholders, I'm talking of the fishmonger, the fish dealers, the women preparing meals at the landing site, maybe water suppliers, hoteliers. These are stakeholders that are supposed to form the BMU. It is based on the premise that if you can bring all these stakeholders together, then it becomes very easy for the BMU to address the challenges facing the marine resource.
I'm not a good man to them, so I have a challenge with my fishermen. Very, very, very good challenge. And a tough challenge, because the fisherman is my brother, is my uncle, is my father, and he is using a bad gear, and I suppose to take off the bad gear. So it's a good challenge.
Yeah, and I've been telling the BMU officer that we don't allow this kind of gears to be used because of the destructive nature.
Nimesikia uchungu kwa sababu ile ni kazi yangu na mimi siwezi kuiacha, lakini sasa kulingana na hali ilivyo, kwa vile nimeshikwa, unajua mtu akishikwa huwa mdogo na huwa mnyonge, lazima nisikize vile yule aliyenishika, kwa sababu ana uwezo wa kufanya vile vote inafaa.
Sasa mimi ili niache uvuvi huu haramu, mtanisaidia na kitu gani?
I am not a policeman. I am just a member of the BMU as a part of the village. Myself is just to protect the environment. But I have got no powers to send Ali to the jail or what. My party is to maybe to give him an information, don't do this spear gun is not good.
Tuache uvuvi haramu, manake tukizidisha mazingira tunayaharibu kabisa.
Basi na mimi siwezi kuacha mpaka nione nimesaidiwa, lakini hivi siwezi kuacha kwa sababu na mimi pia niko na family naendesha na huu.
I think that's why we need to go to the landing site now for the discussion.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Kwa hiyo kabidi nimsikize naye pia. Lakini sasa kwa kumsikiza kwake naye amenipa rai kwake ili na mimi anisikize. Ile rai yake ili nishike. Imbidi sasa tukutane kimalengo ili nisikize yeye na yeye anisikize mimi.
Okay, come to the office.
Mr. Lee, we have the possibility to support the artisanal fisher folk in terms of improving their gears, but we really discourage the use of the spear gun. So there's a component of microcredit to support fishers where they can buy the appropriate and recommended gears so that they can use for fishing, because our concern is sustainable utilization of the marine resource. But you need to promise me that today is going to be the last day you can decide to use the basket trap because it's more environmental friendly when we are processing your request in the office. Is it okay?
Huyu nitauacha lakini sasa mpaka na yeye anihakikishie kama kweli.
Well, the microcredit can really help the fisher folk, not only Ali alone, but again the way the microcredit is structured, we only deal with a group and not an individual. So always we encourage the artisanal fishermen to work as a team, because it becomes very complicated if you deal with an individual and more easy when you deal with the whole community. So always, wherever we go, in all the landing sites, we encourage people to form their own groups and come up with a program or a proposal on how they want to be assisted using the microfinance.
Lete kila kitu.
Lete kila kitu.
Lete.
My dream for the future is to see the local artisanal fishermen become the custodian of the marine resource. That will be my vision. The real custodians who can take care of the resource, who can control the utilization of the resource, who can come up with sustainable consumption ideas and ideals for themselves. That's my vision for in the next 50 years.
Ya ndoto. Ya hapa tuko. Tuliota ndoto ya ukweli. Ndoto ya kuwa tutapata ofisi na tutapata hoteli. Sasa baada ya kupata ofisi na hoteli, Mpangeni Mungu Women Group is very special to CRDO. The level of education is very low. So like even if they get a loan, they need proper training on how to manage the loans. And the source of income is also very low, since majority of them are housewives. Lazima ikuwe na kipimo. Yani inapimika lengo lake ni gani? Ina kipimo. Ndoto yenye bibi ametuambia.
Mpangeni Mungu hai! Hai! Mpangeni Mungu hai! Hai! Mpangeni Mungu juu! Juu!
We were taught how to write the business plan, proposal writing, how to budget for other things, yes, many things.
Kidogo tu msijaze na huko kwingine.
Tutatoa hapa tuweke kwa kule. They can make it on their own without a boost or a push. That's why CRDO came up with the idea of giving something small to the communities. They bring a proposal to the office of what they want to do. We evaluate it. We advise them where they can change. Then we agree how much we are supposed to give them.
Ndio watu wa ushirika Mkokotoni wameamua kutengeneza kikundi, wakachanga pesa kidogo, tukapatiwa msaada, tukafanikisha kuunda dhow.
If we can empower the artisanal fishermen to actually reach far fishing grounds, then he would actually be able to rise his financial status. And the beauty of it is, if he goes far away off the lagoon, then he won't mess up with the spawning or the breeding grounds. Therefore, we expect the stock of fish to be actually rejuvenating once in a while.
Kwa hivyo bahari ni kazi nzuri moja hapo kusema kweli. Ndio, kwa sababu vyombo vikuwa vikubwa, kwa hiyo masafa yanakuwa wanaenda mbali zaidi. Kwa hiyo samaki wanapatikana kwa sababu kila chombo kiko kidogo, kwa hivyo kidogo inakuwa kidogo mtihani, kwa sababu bahari ikichafuka vile inakuwa matatizo kwa chombo kidogo. Kikiwa kikubwa ndio unasafiri mbali kabisa. Kuna kutafuta samaki mikondoni huko.
Wavuvi, samaki wetu wa leo tuliopata kwa mujibu wa hesabu yetu tulionayo ni thamani yake ni sawa na 1,200. Kwa hivyo pesa yenu ndio hiyo.
Well, my vision is to find that the artisanal fisherman can come home with more than 20 kilograms of fish. But how can we do that? So we need to actually come up with strategies on how we can increase the fish stock within the prime fishing ground. So that is one of the main challenge. And my vision is to ensure or to see that the artisanal fishing grounds have, say, adequate stock of fish so that food security for the artisanal fisherman can be taken care of. That's my vision, and I'm working on it.
Fish is very sensitive. Fish poisoning is very dangerous. It can take effect within 2 minutes up to 2 hours within the body, and it can also cause death. So we have to be very careful with fish. Right now, I've got so many local fishermen who come to me, but my hands are tied because the fish is very fresh, but the handling of that fish is wrong, only because he's not maintaining the hygiene standards. So those are the things that actually prohibit us from buying from these small-scale fishermen, you know.
This is one of the reasons as to why the hoteliers, they dislike buying fish from the local artisanal fishermen, because of the hygienic standard of the fish handling. And we sensitize the fishermen to ensure that they're using the facilities so that they can explore the hotel markets, the tourist hotel-based markets, so that they can sell at a profitable level.
What they need to do, they need to come up, make an association, of fishermen who are going to clean that fish, process it, and market it to the end users. Unless they do it that way, then they can work something out. But individually, a fisherman, you see, individually what you're going to do, you're just going to help that fisherman for the day to get that meal, but you're not going to alleviate the poverty he has, or you're not going to improve his lifestyle in any way, because you're only going to provide for that one day.
So many issues.
That was what we did.
Hey. Udote,
Yes.
how are you?
All right.
How is Kemfrey?
Kemfrey fine. What I've come to tell you today is some of the results we have from the analysis from the fish that we were drying out here with you. Now, as we told you before, that when you use the solar tunnel dryer, you will avoid insect infestation because the temperature inside the dryer is high. You will dry the fish to a lower moisture content. That means you will store the fish for a much, much longer time. The fish shall be of better quality.
Mpajini Mungu Women Group is making a lot of money from the solar dried and smoked fish. So what the office is doing, that CRDO, it's planning to give them a loan.
Oh,
yeah, to boost their business.
Good.
But the problem is that we don't know how fast we'll be in paying back the money from yourselves.
The problem goes on that side. When we are selling the fish to those people who are going to buy them, they don't pay us immediately.
So
yes.
Why don't you change the terms of contract? Cash on delivery.
We are trying to change to some customers.
But
that is good. What I would maybe say, CRDO have a chance at their mobile. Why can't they check other markets? Don't narrow yourself to only one small marketplace. Go and exhaust all the markets. Go up to Malindi, find out. Carry fish from us. We shall give you the products which we have made. Can this fish go? Find out, and then you might have this problem solved. Be aggressive in the market.
Mr. Daughter, what do you think? With the loan which they have, they can utilize the loan, they split the loan.
Yeah.
They start the restaurant and the other money goes for smoked fish and solar, dried fish and so on.
Those are some of the improvements we would expect to see, and I think CRDO with us, we will collaborate on this one and get things done in a better way here. Now, CRDO is the one that is in touch with members of the community, because as we are from a research unit, so for our work to be felt more within the community, we choose an NGO that is working directly with the community members. And since CRDO was already working with the community on areas of fish, bandas, and so on, we found that this synergy was very good, so that there's also continuity, that the CRDO with their work, there's a new product coming in, they can also identify the markets, they can go and look for the markets and so on. The intention of this project is to bring the outcome of the products into the market. And when we take them to the market, the supermarket especially will ask you, for how long can we keep your fish? And that is what we are trying to get by these shelf storage experiments. You see, this is one of the solar dried fish from Gazi. Yeah. The product has stayed for about 6 months.
Can I give it a test?
Yes, please. You can eat it, because the main reason of drying them is for human consumption. And you can agree with me that it's still very fresh.
Yeah, I'll test even.
And this is the advantage of solar drying. The fish stay for a longer time before getting spoiled.
That's good.
Yeah. The issue here is to improve their livelihoods from this particular project. Once we give them the products which are of greater value than what they are used to be, what they are used to normally, even the psychology of the buyers will change, and they'll say that, oh, this is a better product, a newer product, hygienically processed, let us buy it. And the more you get a more expanded market, the more better off your pocket will be, and this is what we want to transfer to the locals.
The distance I cover 2 days a week, it's a long distance. The roads are rough, but I don't feel demotivated, because I know my presence there is going to bring change.
Matano, how are you, Ban?
Fine, thank you, Mr. Mwanyumba.
How is the journey?
It was okay.
Yes. How is at home?
Everything is okay. Tell me.
Here, we are okay. We are working very well. We have our old men here.
Okay.
We have got our mothers there.
I can see that.
Everybody is very busy.
That's nice. Let me see the honey.
Come and see. Come. We have the honey here.
Okay.
This is very good honey. Very original indeed. Beekeeping is more beneficial than fisheries. This has been a traditional way of beekeeping. There have been our grandfathers, our grandfathers. They have been keeping these log beehives, and they have been getting honey. Only that it was just used locally. This time we want to get honey and sell, even locally, nationally, and even if possible, internationally.
How much is 1 kilo?
1 kilogram we are selling at 400 shillings.
400 shillings. So you sold 8 kilos.
Yes, that was we got 3,200 shillings.
200 shillings.
These ones already, those occupied. We have about 25.
So how many kilos do we make out of one harvest?
Okay, when the harvest is good, we can even harvest about 15 kilograms.
From one hive?
Yes. You know, these hives are very big.
Yes.
So when the harvest is very good, no doubt you can have even 15 kilograms. So I believe if they are going to do a lot of work on this beekeeping, financially they'll be okay. If it is poverty, somehow it will be eradicated, and maybe their life can change out of this project. I believe that way, and that's why we started this project.
As a fisherman of the area, we come to conclusion that there is no fish in the ocean. So we also want to start some groups, or traditional groups, called to the two hotels so that we make the drums and we get some cash.
personal connection is just the passion to assist the marginalized people, the people who don't have a voice, to give them a voice. Yes, so Kirua, we want to see how big is our marine park here, and how we've actually zoned the place, and see if we are actually increasing the stock of fish there. I think the spillover effects will trickle down to this prime fishing ground, and we expect fishers to be getting bigger catch now than the catch we've been seeing all through.
If we reach the marine park,
yes. Now we are in Kibuyuni locally managed marine areas. We call them LMMAs. After 9 months of mobilization, sensitizing the fishermen to understand at least we need to conserve the prime breeding grounds. There's been a lot of resistance when it comes to conservation, because the process or the approach which was being taken was top down. It's like the government says we want this area to be a marine area, and communities are just forced to accept that. But CRDO didn't take that approach. It was more of community oriented. And that's why we have the first locally managed marine area within the South Coast zone. Oh, this is wonderful. There's lots of fish already. You can see lots of corals down here. This is a very nice place.
Can go and check
yes.
the fishes.
Why don't you jump in and check out what's in there? Kirua, how is it?
Good.
It's good?
Yes, I can see different
Lots
species
of fish.
Of course.
Ornamental fish, you can see them? Corals?
Of course.
Oh, that's great. The breeding of fish here is going to be very, very good. And the fishers who've actually accepted this initiative are going to benefit from it, because we expect a lot of fish spilling over from the breeding grounds to the main fishing ground. So I'm very happy.
Matano Women Group is very special to CRDO because this is a group we've worked with since we started the institution. That's 2 years back. And with the previous loans we've been giving them, they've always paid the loans in time. They always have something new to do. So they pay very fast, they get another loan, they do something else different. So, and the projects they are doing, they are viable projects, they are something which you can see. So it's a very special group to us. Today we have the commissioning of the Matano Women Group office or the restaurant. So everybody is here and people are excited because I think it's the first building of this kind in all the landing site along the Kenyan South Coast.
Wafanyikazi wa CRDO
Ningependa tu kugusia uhusiano wetu na mpajini Mungu. Uhusiano huu umeanza kama kutoka mwaka wa 2006.
Through the loans from the CRDO, we will prosper more because we buy more fish, get more stock to our restaurant, invite more visitors so that we get a lot of money. Yes, to change our day-to-day's life. Help ourselves, assist ourselves and the community. Yes, there.
Asilete tu historia mrefu. Mwakilishi wa Mpajini Mungu Women Group.
Mimi ni Mwanatumu kama mwandishi wa Mpajini Mungu. Tunatoa shukurani kwa wafadhili wote. Pindi wendapo waende kutafuta misaada zaidi waje watuletee. Asante. Na mama hai.
Yeah, it's very good for the three of us. At least we're happy. People are appreciating what we are doing. So it's a very good day for us.
So, the thinking which should be in everybody's mind is right now it's time to stop talking about sustainability and talk of restoration or rebuilding the degraded areas. If we rebuild the degraded areas, stock of fish increases, catch is good, money is good, you have food on the table and money in the pocket. The artisanal fisherman will be living at least a human life.